G'day viewers, Aussie Roadshow back again with a mixed bag update with all sorts of different things from horror to hardcore porn. But before I get started, I just want to say to the trolls that have been harassing me and others on YouTube, kiss my ass and fuck you. Because it doesn't matter what you stupid cunts do, I'm going to continue to make videos whether you like it or not. Anyway, picked up a few Magna Pacific titles. This is a cheap ass DVD distributor, Australian distributor, and I got these at Cash Converters quite cheap. And Body Count's a tricky one to find and hasn't been released on DVD except for this one in this country anyway. And it's a 4x3 print. The print quality is pretty good and the sound's okay, but there are no special features on that disc. But nonetheless, a nice thing to pick up, very cheap. And I've shown you before the old Palace Home video, and it is better quality. So if you can find that DVD, do pick it up if you're a fan of that film. Another cheap ass issue of theirs is Ghoulies 2, and I haven't seen that since the 80s. But funnily enough, I also picked up the old Vestron release recently as well. I think that's the original box. Here it is. And yeah, so it's kind of funny how things happen. Like you find the VHS and come find the DVD and whatever. And while I'm at it, I'll show you the other Vestron I picked up, which is Extremities with Farrah Fawcett. It's quite a good film actually, from the 80s, and she turns the table on this guy who's trying to attack her. There's a massive problem with this particular tape, and that is that there's a making of before the film starts, which gives the entire plot away. So you know what the movie's about before it even starts. Doesn't matter. And another Magna Pacific I picked up. Can you read that? Because you can't read it here. Look at that. Ridiculous. $2.50. Doppelganger. I've never seen that film before, so if you've seen it, let me know what you think. And the last Magna Pacific cheap ass piece of shit I got was Epicentre, and that was $1.50. And that's got Tracy Lords in it. I have never seen that movie, so look, for $1.50, whatever. Simon showed this recently, the 2-disc of Machete Maidens Unleashed. It's a fantastic release with a bonus disc of The Mothers, which has never been released on DVD before. And it's got an amazing array of special features. I would highly recommend you pick that up as an accompaniment to the Not Quite Hollywood 2-discer. It really is worthwhile picking up. I saw that at the Melbourne Film Festival last year at the premiere screening, and there was a director Q&A. And he was saying that some of the prints of the films are gone. Like they've just gone missing, or they've been destroyed because the Filipinos didn't store their prints very well, and they've just the negatives are ruined. So a lot of the stuff they got is only from trailers. But anyway, fantastic release. Do pick that one up. And the car I picked up very cheaply at JB for $7 it rung up as. I've never seen this film before, so $5 I got this one from Top End Discs. I actually saw this on the big screen before the DVD came out from Umbrella. Acme Cinemas here in Melbourne showed it. They showed a scratchy 70s print, and it was fantastic, uncut, and was in fact, I believe, the very first time this movie ever screened uncut legally in Australia. Kill Baby Kill, Mario Bava. I saw this on SBS back in the 90s, and yeah, found that really cheaply in the discount bin at JB for $6. So I thought, fuck, I'll add that into my little hot hands. And I also picked up the local release of Inside. Oh man, this film is so vicious. I love it. And I don't know why it took so long for it to come out on DVD here, but it did. I saw this at the Melbourne Film Festival too a couple of years ago, and I got to the screening late, so I was right up near the front, and I'm just sitting in the front row like fucking very scary film. Great one. Beatrice Daly, she played the villain in that film. But that's her there in Betty Blue, one of my favourite films of all time, I've mentioned before. I've just picked up the DVD from Umbrella. This is director's cut, and the Blu-ray that they've issued is the theatrical cut. So, but again, a favourite film of all time because I love the soundtrack, and I have it. Just pulled it out of the CD rack there. $5 pickup at Top End is Empire of the Passions, and that's Enoch Bore, the same guy who did In the Realm of the Senses. Don't pick up the Umbrella DVD because they use the cut British print. Juliet of the Spirits, Federico Fellini film. The first Technicolor movie he did. I haven't seen this film yet. And this one called An Andalusian Dog. This is a film that, it's a 2-disc edition by the way, from Umbrella. And that film is on it as well. This only goes for 16 minutes, so it's a short film. and I believe it's on YouTube. You can watch it in its entirety. I don't know how long it'll be on there because I don't know if they'll pull it for copyright, but it's a really weird film, and the film Pink Flamingos, when it first came out, was compared to this movie, and one I saw in the discount bin at JB was Choke. I've never seen that movie before, I know nothing about it, and but it says there from the author of Fight Club. Not that that means anything, but you know, I'll give it a go. Maraschino Cherry. This is a 70s hardcore porno from Radley Metzger, one of 5 that he did. And I think this was the last one he ever did. And this is a 2-disc slipcase edition. It's beautiful. I ordered it from the United States. And it's quickly going out of print, so if you want to pick it up, you want to do so sooner rather than later. And that's got a bit of original film footage and a booklet and whatnot. This film is just fantastic, but it's more porn than the arthousey stuff he did, like with the opening of Mr. Beethoven. And I might add that customs opened the package when it came into the country, but they let it through, which is really nice. But a fantastic film from Radley Metzger, and yeah, do try and track that down if you're a fan of his films. And onto some VHS tapes. I picked up Slave to Desire. This is a Palace Vibrant. I've just ran out of pink bits, so I had to use some purple bits. But that's a French porno from the 1980s. Commuter Husbands. Well, wouldn't you know it, like I bought the DVD a few weeks ago, and then some cunt listed on eBay a couple of weeks later. I paid a pretty penny for it. So if you're wondering who got it, it was me, and I wasn't missing out on the opportunity to pick up that. It's a 1972 British sex comedy, which isn't bad. It's not hardcore or anything, but it's a collection of 6 short films. The last one's a little boring, but yeah, I'm glad to have that one. And the DVD's a rip of this old tape anyway, so whatever. And this one, I bet you haven't seen one of these for a long time. Oh, lucky boy. I got this through a private arrangement. Pink and purple bits. This is a 1973 German film, and it has been released on DVD under a different title, which I forget the name of. I have to cover that. You can just use your imagination there. That ugly bastard is only in the movie for 2 minutes. Anyway, it's about a guy who, to get an inheritance, he has to screw 7 of his uncle's mistresses, and because the uncle dies while shagging this girl driving on a fucking road in his sports car. Yeah, it's hilarious. Very funny film, obviously very rare one, and I've got them all stacked up. I'll show you maybe another video, all of my Palace Vibrants stacked up in my little cupboard there, but yeah, fantastic new edition there, and I've got it for $3. Roadshow, Dracula Erotica. This is one of 10 clear as pickups. I paid a pretty penny for this one, and was released on DVD in the United States under the title Dracula Exotica. This is a censored version. Most of the hardcore has been stripped out. You might see an erect penis or 2, but that's about it. Oh, and the other cool thing about this is it's got the Australian teaser trailer for the film Insatiable on it, which, well, made my fucking day when I saw it. Ah, Running on Empty, beautiful condition there. Glad to pick that one up. It's another roadshow I didn't have. Atlantic City, USA, another 10 clear out pickup. Didn't pay much for that one though, so that's a nice thing to get. And the last roadshow is Defiance. Got this from a different eBay seller, Jan Michael Vincent, and it's one that I have never seen before. A new Palace film I picked up of Toy Soldiers. That cover looks fantastic, so I have low hopes for this one. Yeah, sometimes you go in with low expectations and you're more surprised. I can't remember if I've shown this one before, called The Professor, but it was on my pile, and so that's an Italian film dubbed into English from the 80s. I assume it's about the Italian mafia. He looks a bit mafia-like, doesn't he? Probably. Oh, Mafia, there you go, Mafia story. The Big Bang. This is a animated comedy directed by Pisha, and I think it's one of his lesser-known movies. And I don't think it's on DVD yet, and it's quite a rare tape, that one. He's probably best known for this movie, Shame of the Jungle, which is I've got there on Roadshow Vibrant. But I really would love to see the full director's cut of this, because this is the American version which was dubbed. But yeah, if anyone knows if the director's cut has come out with English-friendly subtitles, I'd love to know. The Gun, this is an Italian movie from 1974, Video Classics Gold I picked up. Another one, Video Classics On the Yard. This is a US prison movie which I haven't seen before, and hopefully it's okay, but there's a great trailer on this for the film Vigilante, which I don't think is on the Blue Underground DVD or Blu-ray, so yeah, I don't know what happened to that old trailer, but anyway, it's on this tape. And there is the said film Vigilante, released on VCR, which was a sub-label of Video Classics. And the last one today, Lust in the Dust, with fucking Divine, directed by Paul Bartel. His films are very, very funny, and it's very nice to pick up a comedy western from him. And I would suggest you get the DVD, but nonetheless, look, an old Premiere box, etc. Very nice thing to have. That's all. I think that's quite a mix for you today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Keep watching, and I will continue to make videos like I said at the start. See you guys.